There's been some big updates to my favorite iPhone accessories. We now have power banks with retractable USB-C cables. My favorite leather iPhone case now has a camera control button, some updated MagSafe batteries, and yes, there's one accessory you should pass on. Alright, first up, one of my favorite leather iPhone cases, which is from Ryan London. It's one of the best feeling leathers. Consistently passes the smell test, and one of the negatives in my big leather case roundup was none of them had camera control buttons yet. Well, Ryan London is the first genuine leather case that now has a sapphire camera control button. You can still get it in multiple colors, fits my iPhone 16 Pro Max great, still has the metal camera ring here and metal black buttons. Now you can control the iPhone 16 camera with that button. It works really well launching the camera. You can do the light press and switch between things like lenses, do a double light press, then you can access other tools like zoom and tone, and the sapphire button works really well, as you would expect. And there's also been some new updates to camera control. I can look over here, half press, lock focus, move, and then take the picture by pressing it all the way. And when you go order your leather case from Ryan London, you can choose personalization and you'll see camera control. You can choose the cutout or the sapphire crystal button. I would recommend the crystal button. I think it's a much better experience. And I'll link that leather case review roundup up here because Ryan London, still one of the best genuine leather iPhone cases. And one other leather case shout out, if you want genuine leather but in cool colors, and you don't mind the cutout, Andar has this awesome turquoise color. They recently released it, and whenever I have it on my phone, I always get lots of questions like, where'd you get that case? So, cool turquoise from Andar, leather with camera control from Ryan London. All right, accessory number 2, I've had an Anker charger in my car and then some loose USB-C cables, but I recently discovered this, which actually has a retractable USB-C cable. Pull it once and it'll stop where you want it, pull it again and it'll retract. Plus it has a second USB-C port so you can charge 2 phones. The retractable cable is a 45-watt charger and that additional USB-C port is 30 watts. So it'll fast charge 2 iPhones with this one car charger. But basically, I just really love the retractable nature of this. It's just one less cable flopping around the car. Now I did see with the Verge's CES coverage earlier this month that Baseus is coming out with its own retractable USB-C cable car charger, and this thing looks like a crazy octopus of wonderful, and I want it. Supposedly we have to wait till April 2025 of this year before we can order it, and due to my impatience, that's why I got this Anker one. But this is a great option, it's been working great, or you can hold out for the Baseus octopus. That's just what I'm calling it now. All right, accessory number 3, Anker updated its large power banks. Now, this is not sponsored by Anker. I bought this, they didn't send me anything. And don't worry, I don't have all flowery news about Anker. This thing's about to get it. But this is Anker's new 165-watt power bank, and it's now my go-to. First of all, there's a USB-C cable as the handle. What in the world? So you can use this as a handle, plus a retractable USB-C cable right here. Listen, I'm down for 2025 being the retractable cable year. There's also a USB-C in and out port here and USB-A, but can I just say, can we just stop doing USB-A on everything? You don't have to give me another port, just take it away. I don't want it. But this thing also has a great screen that lets you know the charge level of the battery. You could press it again and stress about battery health if you'd like. But the great thing is once you plug this in to charge, it's going to tell you what the current percentage is, how long it's going to take to charge fully, plugged into whatever charger you have, and this is powerful enough to charge your MacBook Pro. Anker claims it has triple 100-watt USB-C ports. For my MacBook Pro, that's great. And they say 25,000 milliamp hours. Now I think this is a great option, especially with the retractable USB-C cables. But if you want the most power, I still use this Anker Prime battery. You can even see the scuffs because I use this thing. This can power my MacBook Pro pretty much fully at least once. This also has the wireless charging base. I did an entire video on this battery bank specifically. I'll link it above and down in the description. And this big Anker Prime is over 27,000 milliamp hours and supposedly 250 watt output. I get a little lost in the numbers, I'll be honest. This new one can charge my MacBook Pro. The bigger Anker Prime is $180. Right now it looks like there's a coupon. But again, retractable USB-C cables, this is going to be the one I take with me when I travel this year. Accessory number 4 is going to be a quick mention because I've talked about it before, but if you're looking for a great MagSafe Duo replacement, I just keep coming back to this Belkin 2-in-1. Fast charger Apple Watch and charger iPhone here, USB-C port right here. And listen, I know it is not as thin as MagSafe Duo. Let's just be honest, nothing may ever be as thin as MagSafe Duo. One ironic point though, with the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, the camera bump was actually getting in the way of it laying flat on the MagSafe Duo, but now the 16 Pro Max has gotten so big, we're back to being able to let it lie flat. I guess that's good, but I'm done with Lightning. I know many of you out there love the MagSafe Duo, but listen, it's time. You can upgrade to USB-C. And if you want something that's still relatively compact, charges fast, this Belkin 2-in-1's the way to go. Also, I did an entire video on the 3-in-1s that are out there right now that are kind of floppy. I don't really like those, but if you want to see my video, it's right up here. And for accessory number 5, if you're looking for a high-powered power brick, but you like the old size of the 5-watt iPhone charger, this Baseus 45-watt Pico Charger is for you. Super powerful, one USB-C port on the back, very compact, it's great for travel. Also relatively inexpensive, $25. You can get it in black, blue, or white. I use this with the Belkin 2-in-1. It's my travel charging solution, but this can also fast charge your iPhone directly, charge your iPad as well. I just love the tiny size of this charger, easy to throw in a bag. And if you're still looking for that 2 USB-C port charger, but still want something super thin, I still keep the Nomad 2-in-1 in my bag, and these two have been the ones I take with me everywhere. And now, the accessory to avoid. This Anker Qi2 MagSafe Battery had my hopes up. I'm not gonna lie. First off, you could only get it from Apple. It's not even on Amazon yet. This is their 5K, 5,000 milliamp hour battery. And what got me excited was how thin this battery is. It is crazy thin. If I put it on my iPhone 16 Pro Max, it's thinner than that. And yes, it is even thinner than the coveted Apple MagSafe battery pack that came out, what, 2 decades ago? It's just barely, but still thinner. Now on the Apple Store website, if you scroll down, this says up to 15-watt Qi2 certified fast charging. Now if you've watched my videos for a while, which by the way, you should subscribe to the channel. You know when something says Qi2, I basically have to buy it. I also check these claims against the Wireless Power Consortium database. Yeah, I nerd out about charging. And here it is, the newest Anker Slim 5K version. It is Qi 2.0. But what I've discovered is when these battery packs are 5,000 milliamp hours, they do not charge at those 15-watt speeds. Sometimes battery pack makers will disclose that it's 7.5 watts wireless and something different wired, but there is no disclaimer here on Apple's website. It has the up to 15 watts Qi2 charging. I'm gonna tell you right now, this nowhere close to 15-watt charging. It also gets pretty hot, and if you have a Pro Max phone, this thing is not gonna get you anywhere near a full charge. Now to test, I let my iPhone go down to 10%, I attached the battery, and then I visited the charging settings to take a screenshot. And it was the first time I ever saw a slow charger warning. Apparently now in iOS 18, if you have a slow charger, your iPhone's gonna tell you. And there's a whole website when you tap it that talks about what is slow charging, how to get faster charging. But I basically attached the battery and then turned the screen off and put the phone down. I went to bed. So it was charging without the screen on. And the next morning, I woke up to my phone being about 50-something%. So with this Anker battery fully charged and my iPhone 16 Pro Max starting at 10%, I got 40-something% battery, and that was having to charge for several hours. So I posted my results, and Chance Miller from 9to5Mac did share his notes, which he was charging with an iPhone 16 Pro, smaller size, not the Max, and he was actually able to go from about 11% to 70%. So you will have a different experience with the smaller phone, but overall, I found this battery pack to get hot. Even with my iPhone screen off, it was just sitting there. All I had to do was charge. And while it is very thin, and that is nice, I will not be using this battery pack. For $50 or less, I think there's way better options out there. Again, I've talked about Baseus in this video several times, but they have a Qi2 MagSafe power bank. This Baseus is not going to charge as fast as some of the larger power banks. This is only 5,000 milliamp hours, but it has a cool ring. You can spin it around, use it as like a pop socket or a stand for your phone. Got the little lights on the bottom letting you know the charge, and USB-C port here on the side. For $50 or less, I think this is a much better value. Use it as an iPhone stand as well. And right now on Amazon, it's actually only $40. Now in the past, Anker has made some much better batteries, and so if you want a larger capacity, faster charging battery, this is still one of my favorites. It's Anker's Ultraslim Qi2 MagSafe Battery. This one's a little more expensive, although on sale right now for $65. But I tested this one multiple times and found that it charges fast, more like 11 watts, but it's pretty good. And while it's a little more bulkier, although really not that much, you get a much better charging experience from this. Or there's even an older model Anker Qi2, and as you can see, I've been using this one too. This one has the screen on the side letting you know the exact percentage of the battery, little kickstand. This also charges at about 11 or 12 watts, big capacity, 10,000 milliamp hours. This will also charge your phone much faster than the Ultraslim and will likely get it to close to 100% if you're using it. I use both of these Anker batteries when I travel, and they both work really well. Now, I know a lot of people are asking about magnet strength for these battery packs, so I'm gonna put my phone at risk here and let's shake them. This is the Ultraslim battery. I'm just holding the battery, shaking it. The phone will fall off, but I think I have to shake it pretty hard. If you're just shaking the phone, this Ultraslim battery is not coming off. Going to the 10K Anker Ultraslim, I'll put that on, shake my phone violently. Battery's on there pretty securely. Moved a little bit, but not too bad. The bigger Anker with the little kickstand, this one's gonna come off pretty soon. Yeah, that if you're looking for strong magnets, I wouldn't get that one. And here's that Baseus Qi2 battery pack with the little ring behind it. I'm shaking it pretty hard. That one actually is a pretty good magnet. This Baseus is really good, Anker Ultraslim, and I will compare it to the gold standard. Everybody talks about the original Apple MagSafe battery pack. Put it on there. Yeah, it ain't coming off. If I hold it by the battery, well, yeah, it comes off that way. But really strong battery. And just one last word about Apple's MagSafe battery. It's still one of the best. I know lots of people didn't like it when it came out, it charged slow, all of that. I can get better performance out of this now than this brand new Anker Qi2 battery pack, meaning it will charge this phone probably to around 60 or 70% if it starts at around 10. And you can see the battery percentage in the battery widget on your phone. For whatever reason, no other MagSafe battery can do it. That's likely an Apple thing and software, but the new Anker Qi2, only sold from Apple's store website, does not show up in the widget. I thought Qi2 was going to bring us that battery widget, but no luck. So if you're looking for a MagSafe battery, I would avoid this ultra slim one. Gets warm, charges slow, not a ton of capacity. Instead, I would go for Anker's older Qi2 model here, or their older model, or a great budget option is this Baseus one with the ring/stand, and this one's only 40 bucks right now. And one more that I shouted out in a previous video, this is the Romoss. Actually has an indent here so you can charge your Apple Watch with this as well. And it comes with this cool USB-C cable, so you can wired charge your iPhone and still stick this to the back, and you're going to get much faster charging via that wire if you're running really low. So those are updates to my favorite accessories and one to avoid. All the links to them are down in the video description. Those are affiliate links, and it supports the channel when you buy them down there. If you've seen some new accessories recently, let me know down in the comments. Also, if you found other leather cases with camera control buttons, we'd love to try those as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button before you go. If you want to see my leather case roundup pre-camera control, I'll put that video right up here. And if you want to see even more accessories that have come out since the iPhone 16, I'll put that video right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.